Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are here. We are now live to react to One Piece 1179, the reveal of Emu. Chat. I got a bad hair day going on. Every time I shower and I wash my hair, it's a bit wild afterwards, but nonetheless, chat, we are here. Welcome in, everybody. Let's get the panels on the screen. I'm not going to be able to show all of them. I'll only be able to carefully show some of them. That way we avoid any copyright strikes. Chat, how are we doing? Hope everyone's having a wonderful morning, day, or night, wherever you guys are. How are you guys doing? Let me know. How are we feeling? We got to be very careful, chat, with any raws, any panels, any pages on the screen. You guys know Shueisha does not play. You guys know we've gotten copyright strikes before. Not only have we got claims, we've gotten strikes. But chat, let's start the stream off with absolute peak. Can you guys believe it? I think I can show this. I think we can show this, flash this on the screen because it's colored. Look, this is just fan coloring. You know, I don't know where this is from. I have no idea where this is from. But chat, can you guys believe it? We finally made it this far. Who could believe it? Who would believe in the big 26? We would finally have it. We'd finally have it revealed. Chat, look at this, man. Guys, I'm not gonna do my hair just for the stream. Because guys, as soon okay, there we go. We're back. Welcome back. We're back. So yeah, chat, how are we feeling? Guys, how are we doing? What are we thinking about these designs of from the fans? How do we feel about these fan designs, guys? This is just fan art. It's just fan art. I don't know. I just saw it. I saw it earlier today, man. I just thought it looked really cool. No idea where it's from. Zedeko, God bless. Johan, God bless. Deans, God bless. Eric, God bless. Guys, look at this. Look at this. I'm not gonna do my hair just for the stream. I gotta go to sleep as soon as I finish this stream. Dude, I need a hat. We're looking insane. Viswa, God bless, bro. I'm glad to see everyone here. Smokey, God bless, bro. Yo, Evil, would you drop the link for StreamYard? The YouTube stream keeps freezing. All right. Why is the YouTube stream freezing now? Guys, we will probably do open mic today, just in a bit. Join streams voice call here. All right, let me pull it up again. Let me pull this up again. And chat, this will be a chill stream. We are going to talk about whatever it is that we want to talk about. We're just going to go with the flow. Hold on, let me get this random fan art I found online on the screen. Can you can you believe this? Yo, can you guys believe this, chat? I never thought I would live to see the day of this revelation. I never thought I would live to see the day of One Piece fan art. This is just fan art, chat. Let me see if I can find another piece of fan art. Chat, we gotta watch what we're doing. Like this fan art, guys. Like this fan art. Can you guys believe this? Look at that. See, I told you guys, Emu is going to be satanic. I told you, Emu is going to be a satanic PDF file. Bro, I need to put a hat on or something. This is insane. Chat, look at what we got going on right now. I told you guys Emu was going to be a satanic PDF file, but that's not the only thing I said. Wait a second, but that's not the only thing I said. Because now people are finally catching on. Now people are finally catching on. Earlier today, we tweeted that Emu is obviously a fallen angel like Satan, and he leads the celestial dragons who stole a holy land as God's people. What does Oda mean by this? In chat, I think people do know what Oda means by this, because I've been saying, you guys know I've been saying this for years now. They thought I was crazy. All the YouTubers cut me off. They all wanted to treat me like Voldemort. How could you say that? Why would you compare celestial dragons to these guys? People are catching on. Look, we got someone catching on right here, chat. Look, we got people catching on right here. We got people catching on right here. We got people catching on. We got Nick Fuentes. We got people catching on. We've been saying this for years. Literally. We've been saying this. And then we got people like this guy, right? This guy says that Jesus is Satan. Of course, total garbage take. I tell this guy, can we debate this retarded take on stream? I'll be live in a few, right? He says, well, it's not a take and I'm not debating. Blah, 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 blah. Whole bunch of garbage. And I'm asking this guy. So the answer is no, you're not going to defend this trash, because I'm not going to go on and debate a wall. I'm not going to debate a ghost. But this is what happened. This guy completely dodges the debate. You know what's crazy, guys, is he actually believes this. Bro started schizo posting. Let me see if I could find the thread. Don't tell me this dude deleted it. This guy went on a whole tangent, a whole bunch of, yeah, look at this. Look at this. This guy actually believes. Look at this guy. Someone says that was the dumbest display of mental gymnastics I've ever seen. Full on tard mode. See, chat, it's sad because we always get these types of people and they never want to come on stream and debate their position. They never want to defend their garbage. It's always like Discord, text chat, Twitter replies, maybe even some once in a long while YouTube stream chat. Although that's probably like 1% of people. They don't ever want to join the stream and make me look like a fool. I mean, like, think about it. If their opinion, if their take is so good and my position is so garbage and it's so weak, why not come on stream and refute me? Why not come on stream and make me look like a fool in front of everybody? Chat is because they know they're going to look like a fool. They know. They know they're going to be spewing that garbage. Luffy being satanic isn't that blasphemy. Well, yeah, I guess it is, but my point is that these guys can't actually defend that position. It's garbage. And I don't want to go on and on explaining it, because I feel like if I refute this guy and we start talking about it too much, I feel like I'm going to be responding to, tweets that I saw. But I'd much rather have people come into the voice chat so I could talk to the actual person instead of reacting to a tweet on stream. I feel like that's much better, chat. What do you guys think? Does that make sense? Luffy Taro, you smoking crack, my friend. Chat, can we get some ratings on the emu design? Emu is Jesus? Dude, that's garbage. Hey, can we get some ratings on the emu design, bro? Get some ratings on the emu design. Yo, I think emu lived up to the hype. I'm not going to lie. Emu lived up to the hype. He really did. Chad, I got the hoodie on to hide the bad hair day, all right? Now I just look like a fool. Oh man, maybe I do have to do my hair. Do my hair just for the stream. I can't stand to look at this crap. 666 out of 10, 100 out of 10. That Hagoromo looks sick. Bro, definitely the VC discussions are always the best. Yeah, maybe we'll have the open mic session. Maybe we'll have it tonight. Oda putting up crazy numbers with this chapter. Yeah, it's really insane. Yo, Vincent, welcome in. You need to join the Discord, bro. I need to message you offline all the time. I need to message you on Discord all the time, but you don't even have a Discord account. All right, chat. This is what we're going to be using. This is the gear right here. This is the gear. It's true that emu tattoos resemble the number 6. Oh, I didn't even realize that. Yo, guys, I'm going to do my hair just for the stream. We're going to do the messy look, all right? Why is he attacking religion and being disrespectful? Have you disrespected them? No, that was what I showed you was the initial reply. And I mean, I believe that things should be allowed to be critiqued. You know, if people want to critique religion, if people want to critique Christianity, if people want to critique like whatever they disagree with, I feel like people should be allowed to do that. You know, I don't want to live in a society where we're not allowed to critique things and we're not allowed to call things out or, you know, disagree. Because as soon as you introduce this idea of censorship and total tyranny, you know, that's gonna lead to problems. That's gonna be abused, you know. So even though I am Christian, I wouldn't want to live in a society where we don't have that freedom of speech, where people can't critique, you know. But yeah, I mean, I haven't really seen any good refutations of Christianity. I haven't. Like, to be honest, it's always like some stupid stuff. No offense. It's never like an actual refutation. It's always like, oh, well, if God exists, why bad thing happen? Like, it's so stupid. Emu reminds me of Yu-Gi-Oh! Yo, what's good, Samanvir? His face tattoos remind me of Yusei from Yu-Gi-Oh! I think you meant Yu-Gi-Oh! 5DS. What's Yu-Gi-Oh! 5DS? I have no clue what you're talking about, bro. I'm not gonna lie, King. All right, chat. So what are the highlights for the spoilers? What are you guys feeling? What are you guys thinking? What are the theories? Someone yesterday on yesterday's stream, I forgot who it was. Chat, please remind me and please forgive me. Was it Damal? I think it was Damal. They were saying, or at least hypothesizing, that Emu is a Lunarian that was born without the flame, and maybe because Emu didn't have a flame, he was jealous of Joy Boy, a Lunarian who does have the flame. And I was like, yo, that's a great take. That is pretty sick. Do we actually believe that Emu's a Lunarian? Because I did ask you guys about this on the initial stream, where we only had like the text description of Emu, and it seemed like most people believed Emu was a Lunarian based off of the text spoilers. But chat, since we now see Emu, do you guys believe that Emu is a Lunarian? Let me know, chat. Is Emu a Lunarian? Emu is the goat. Jesus from hell. What do you mean, Jesus from hell? Emu is Jesus from hell. What does that even mean, Jesus from hell? What are you even talking about? You know, it's always funny, like, and that's like along the same lines of what the guy said earlier on Twitter. It's always funny when people try to take the Bible and use their own interpretation against the church that gave us the Bible. Like, people, it's kind of you have to pity these people because they just embarrass themselves. They just make themselves look so stupid. It's like if I went and I took One Piece and I was like, yeah, Oda, you're wrong about One Piece, Oda. Actually, Oda, let me tell you what you actually believe. That is the most brain dead crap imaginable. And that's exactly what people do when they take the Bible, they take sacred scripture, and they go to the church and they're like, well, actually, you believe this. It's, dude, brain rot. You can't really take you can't take someone else's book and tell them how they're not interpreting it right. That's so stupid. Because the Bible didn't fall out of the sky. The Bible came out of the church. But anyways, never combine Jesus and from hell together. LMAO. Well, I mean, Jesus did descend into Hades, and he pulled the souls out of there and brought them to heaven, and he was preaching to them in Hades. But that's not the, like, when people try to say like Jesus is from hell. The guy earlier said Jesus is Satan. That is total garbage. It's literally just people. It's literally as simple as this. I'm going to take your book and tell you how to interpret it. It's so retarded. I mean, I believe in freedom of speech. You know, I don't want a world where, again, we can't critique each other. A world where we have to talk in a certain type of way, you know, like this politically correct stuff. But yeah, it's stupid. The Ophanim reminds me of the strongest monster, Pegasus, and he used against Yugi in the Kingdom of Duelists. Yeah, I have no clue what you're referring to, bro. But it's confirmed Joy Boy is from Advanced Kingdom. Well, yeah, of course. I mean, Vegapunk said that back in Naked Island. Is that what you're referring to? That was a fire take. Shows maybe why Emu is infatuated with the Eternal Flame. Yeah, you know, because Emu, shout out to Damal again. I don't want to, Chad, I don't want to make it seem like I'm stealing Damal's take or anyone else that's that posited this idea. Shout out to Damal. Shout out to everyone else who, you know, thought of this. I'm just not going to keep, you know, referring to people and detracting from what I want to say, if that makes sense. But this idea that what Alice said, this idea that Vegapunk or Emu sees this creation from Vegapunk, this mother flame, this eternal flame that never comes out. Of course, that would entice Emu, not only on the basis that you can use this as a weapon, but also on the basis that Lunarians are supposed to have like this inextinguishable flame, right? Can you confirm that, L? Aren't the Lunarians said to have like this unquenchable flame? And then when you think about Mother Flame, oh, well, that's like the same kind of goal there, right? So if he is a Lunarian not having this unquenchable flame, then it makes a lot of sense that he would want something like Mother Flame to compensate, like he'd use Mother Flame as compensation. But chat, we need to be careful here. I always try to remind people, guys, always remember this. This is a key detail. Class is in session. Class is in session. Class is in session. Stop typing in the chat. Shut up, everybody. Shut up. Stop typing. Nobody cares. Class is in session. One key point that you guys must understand when it comes to Vegapunk and Mother Flame and Emu, you have to understand that the creation of this Mother Flame was done behind the back of Emu. This creation of Mother Flame was done in secrecy by Stella, aka Vegapunk. This is a key detail because if Vegapunk went behind Emu's back, if Vegapunk went behind the Gorsei's back to research the poneglyphs and to make Mother Flame, you shouldn't argue that Emu and the Gorsei wanted Vegapunk to make Mother Flame. You see how that doesn't make sense? You see how that's a non sequitur? Oh, well, Emu, and I'm not saying L is saying this. L is not saying that. But I see this often. You can't argue that Emu, you know, it's because of Emu. Emu wanted Mother Flame from the very beginning, and blah, 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 blah. Vegapunk snuck behind the world government's back to make Mother Flame in the first place. So that creates a scenario. It creates a very narrow window to where Emu, it's more like Emu was in the position to take advantage of Vegapunk's science. Emu was placed into a position where he's going to compromise Vegapunk. It's not necessarily that Emu, you know, had like a carrot on a stick and led Vegapunk into Mother Flame. It's more like Vegapunk came up with Mother Flame. Emu saw it and was like, yo, I need that. It's more of that kind of situation. And plus, if you guys remember the context with York saw what was going on with Vegapunk with Stella and was like, hey, I'm going to take this great creation. I'm going to take this Mother Flame and I'm going to offer it to Emu. I'm going to offer it to the Gorsei because I bet that they're going to want to take advantage of it. I bet that they're going to love this technology. So, guys, always remember that. Always keep that in mind. It's not like Emu and the Gorsei, their whole grand plan was for Vegapunk to make Mother Flame. That doesn't make any sense. It seems like it was more about them taking advantage of Vegapunk's science, taking advantage of Vegapunk's creation, than going from there. So, that makes us question, that makes us wonder, how does that work with Uranus? How does that work with this supposed ancient weapon? You know, it's a supposed so-called ancient weapon, because let me pull up the tweet. Let me pull up the tweet really quick so you guys could see where I'm going with this. It's about 1179. Let's pull up the tweet. Because according to Ivankov, right? According to Ivankov, this... Oh, wait, I didn't put it on the screen. According to Ivankov, this weapon that was in the sky, or this thing that was in the sky, raining down Mother Flame and erasing Lelucia, is an ancient weapon. But we have to be careful. On one hand, us as readers can say, hey, you know what? Oh, shoot, I got to be careful. I got to be careful with this panel. I just realized. We got to be careful because on one hand, a reader can see this and say, hey, that weapon, that dark cloud in the sky that erased Lucia is an ancient weapon because Ivankov hypothesized it. So obviously that's Oda letting us know it's an ancient weapon. But then on the other hand, it was still just a guess. It was still just maybe an educated guess from Ivankov, a hypothesis from Ivankov that's an ancient weapon, but we can't say for sure, right? We can't say for sure what it is. Unlike this guy, and someone actually liked the tweet. Look at this. They actually like this stupidity. This guy says, no, that wasn't an ancient weapon. LOL. Read the manga. Okay, as if Ivankov wasn't hypothesizing what it was that took out Lelucia in the first place. Obviously, yes, he's thinking it's an ancient weapon, but maybe it's not an ancient weapon. And further, how do you not know that this isn't an ancient weapon? You see? So, chat, if you guys ever want to deal with like arrogant people that just want to assert things, go on Twitter. This is like the best place on earth. Go to Twitter. You're going to find lots of people just asserting bullcrap. So my whole point here, my whole rant is to say that this thing in 1179, it could be the material cause of what destroyed the Lucia. Whether it's an ancient weapon or not. I mean, who can really say that this is not an ancient weapon? You see? This guy says, no, that was an ancient weapon. Read the manga. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, Luffy Taro, are you like 12? What's going on here? It's like, chat, how do you know if this is an ancient weapon or not? You're just assuming it's not. But why? Like, what is the basis of your argument? What is your reasoning? Show me in a syllogism that this isn't an ancient weapon. Oh, wait, you can't. Noel, God bless, bro. Emu is Jesus from hell and Joy Boy is human, transcend to God. Why do you keep saying Jesus from hell? What does that even mean? Emu is the ancient weapon. Yeah, that's some high IQ, next level 700 IQ type of stuff right there. If Emu is a Lunarian, that connects her to the moon. Yeah, him. We're not doing this she stuff. We're not doing this her stuff. Johan, I'm going to stop you right there in your tracks. Him. That connects her to the moon like a Naruto and to the Kazuki. When you say like in Naruto, are you referring to Kaguya? Rage baited, bro. Dude, this is like peak 11-year-old stuff right here, chat. You just say some stupid stuff. Just actually put forth, guys, put on a pedestal all your stupid takes. And then when people respond, you just say, rage bait. That's like peak middle school content right there. Just post the most garbage thing you believe. You have like a whole thesis behind it. You could write a whole essay on this belief. And then when someone refutes you, or if someone even clowns the take, you just fall back and say, oh, well, I was rage baiting. Y'all can join VC and debate it. Yeah, chat. If anyone wants to join the voice call, join and talk to me live on stream in front of everyone. The floor is yours. I'm putting the link in the text chat, in the stream chat. You guys can join. I'll let you speak. The floor is yours. Lay out your case, lay out whatever it is you believe, and let the whole stream chat know. But people typically don't want to do that because people want to post stupidity anon. Join stream or join stream's voice call here. Jesus from hell is a metaphor for fallen angel. What are you on about? You just keep pasting the same thing over and over, and you're not explaining yourself. See, Luffy Taro, this is the type of stuff that makes people just ignore you, and that's not good. In the Treasure Hunters Discord, we call know-it-alls roosters. Or rooster, okay. All the people who keep saying she, I, you is male. Huh? Kaguya is considered the princess of the moon, even though Imu's a man. Oh, so you were talking about Kaguya originally. That's what you meant by she? You were talking about Kaguya? Is that what you mean? Naruto's clan during the final battle is linked to the moon. Yo, Stan, God bless, bro. It's very fitting how Oda introduced Imu standing on top of a pyramid. Yeah, do you guys feel that this is some... Hey, do you guys feel that this is some Freemason stuff? Is this some Freemason imagery? Is this some Freemason imagery, guys? I want to know. Is this some Freemason stuff going on? Imu on top of the pyramid, got the tattoo of the eye. Chat, you don't remember like back in the early 2000s, everyone used to cover their eye? You guys remember that? Celebrity eye cover Freemason. You guys remember how they were all doing that? All the big celebs? They would stick out their tongue. Hold on, let me put it on the screen. You guys remember that? I know you guys remember that. Because that's exactly what Imu is doing. with the eye tattoo on the pier. Look at this, dude. Come on, man. These guys are definitely into the occult. If you want to be a famous actor, if you want to be a famous pop singer, all of this, look, dude, you got to be into the occult. You got to give up them holes, man. That's what because these guys, they're degenerate and they are dominated by the passions. Look at this. You guys remember this? Everyone was doing this. Now we got Imu. We got Imu doing it. I mean, Imu has a tattoo of an eye on his hand. He's taking it more seriously than everyone else. He has it tattooed. If Oda makes one of Imu's moves called Novus Ordo Seclorum, I will literally scream. Yeah, New World Order. If you look at Imu's tattoos, you'll notice that they are very similar to analogical circuits. I don't know what you mean by analogical circuits, but I did think about like a computer circuit. made me think, is Emu AI or something? Emu has like those like computer circuit tattoos on his arm and his face. Bro's AI. He's AI that has blood. He's like an AI bot, and they infused blood. They put blood. Maybe his oil is blood. Mason work is never free and usually over/double time. Exactly, Will of Dreams. God bless, bro. That symbolizes that Emu is the god, which he knows, and we know he's not. Yeah. Emu thinks he's God. Emu's trying to be God. He's cosplaying as God. Same thing as Satan. Satan will send people demons. He will reveal himself to people, and depending on the person, they look at him and they think that he is God. When in reality, it's deception, right? This is the same thing that we're seeing in One Piece. AI, ancient Emu. Emu has granted power from gods of One Piece world, but he has gone against them, so God decided to put all the people who was against him in devil fruits thrown around the world, but somehow Emu regained. You know, that makes me think, like, why would they put all the people or like turn all these people into devil fruits instead of just like making them vanish or sending them somewhere else? Because if you have like all these evil people or like all these evil monsters and you turn them into devil fruits, aren't they just going to come back? Illuminati means to be enlightened. They want to take over the place of God. However, Lucifer means light bearer. Yeah, it's because Lucifer tries to be a light bearer. He tries to be the light. Even Satan tries to masquerade as an angel of light. But the true light is God. The true light is Jesus. The false light is Satan. The design is so badass, though. That Hagoromo of eyes in the middle, is it flame or the sun? What do you mean by is it flame or the sun? What does that mean? Is it flame or the sun? Do you mean like this bright thing in the dead center? I don't know. This might just be like a fan coloring thing. July 14th, 1789 and July 14th, 1776 are also linked to. Yo, are you talking about the US gaining their independence? Independence Day? Emu might be from the moon, one of the robots the NL saw. Maybe their king. Yeah, maybe he's the king of the automata. The automata. The automata. Chat, does someone have a link to Emu colored? Because I want to share my screen from web browser instead of Discord. Because then when I need to show you guys something else, it's gonna be a lot easier. Do you guys have a internet link to Emu colored? If someone has a link to Emu colored, I would greatly appreciate it. Oh, this is sick. Yo, look what I just found on Twitter. You guys got to see this. You guys got to see this. Oh, this is nasty. This is nasty. Chat, look at, oh my gosh. Look at, oh my, yo. Look at this, chat. Oh my goodness gracious. Can you guys imagine when Luffy is having his full-fledged fight with Emu? I want to see Emu with the bangs removed. He's looking like Sanji right now. I want to see the bang up. I want to see both eyes. Maybe he's going to sprout a third eye. Maybe Emu has a third eye. Emu could have a third eye. Emu could be half Lunarian, half three-eyed tribe. What's stopping that? Oh, well, we've only ever seen two eyes, so obviously that means he only has two eyes. Yo, guys, look at this coloring. Insane. Who did this? They went off, bro. Someone tweeted it, but I don't know if he was the one that colored it. He could have, like, saved the image and then... I don't know. Chat, I was gonna put something on the screen. What was it? What were we just talking about? Dude, we're never getting the three-eyed tribe again. Oda just fumbled, man. I want the three-eyed tribe to get some lore, but it's so late in the story. I mean, like, what is Oda really gonna do? It's an anagram. What is that, man? What's an anagram? A word or phrase found rearranging. Oh, isn't there another word for that? What's the synonym of anagram? Edgelord Emu versus Looney Tune Luffy will be peak. Yeah, I think Luffy will be Jester maxing Emu until Emu Cortisol spikes. Man, I was gonna put something on the screen, chat. I forgot what it was. Oh, I remember. NL cover story. Because as you guys know, in NL's cover story, we were shown that there were 3 races that descended from the moon. And these 3 races appear to be the Birkins, the Shandians, and the Skypians. Or the Skypians, the Shandians, and the Birkins. So my point is that Lunarians aren't listed here. Oda, I mean, you could argue that, well, maybe Oda didn't know he wanted to put Lunarians in the story. Maybe. Or you can argue that the Lunarians left the moon first. And that's why we only see these 3 leaving. The king. Actually never realized that the word. Hello? Can you guys hear me? Okay. Where'd it go? Someone just asked if we could look at the mural again, the Harley writings. Hello? Can you guys hear me? Oh my gosh, bro. Okay, I had a whole written explanation of the Harley text. I did it a few months ago, but I don't remember where I saved it. I wrote down, I was looking at the raw Japanese, and I had like this whole thing, but I don't remember where I saved it. I think I DM'd it to someone on Discord. I don't remember where I saved it. Let me see. Oh, I found it right here. Look, chat. Look at this. Look, I broke down like the whole 3 worlds Harley text stuff here. Emu or Mu might be from Babylonian or Sumerian myths. Namu, maybe. I mean, I feel like when it comes to like the Sumerian mythos and Babylonian stuff, I feel like there's so much just random pseudo history going on. You know, like all the Billy Carsons and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure these guys are making up like 99% of what they're talking about because they do that with the Bible. So, I mean, I'd imagine they do that as well with other cultures, but maybe that's a fallacious argument, but whatever. Because Illuminati equals Imulani. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. What's the deal with the face tats and body tats? Would dragon's tats have anything? I mean, there's other people that have tattoos across their body and face, and they have nothing to do with dragon and emu, as far as I understand. Like we have Wiper. This dude has tattoos on his face and his eyes. I don't think he has anything to do with emu. I mean, I guess someone could say like, oh well, Wiper is a descendant of a sky person, and emu is a Lunarian. I mean, I guess that's a connection, but would we argue that like Wiper and emu are like BFFs? Probably not. Then you also have Calgara, right? Calgara. Do we think that Calgara is like, is this like Dragon's grandpa or something? I mean, probably not. Yo, JJ. God bless, bro. Welcome in, man. How you doing, bro? There's a bunch of these characters with tattoos and stuff all over their face and eyes. I can't think of more off the top of my. Are you guys there? All right. Yeah, this mic is cutting out every 30 seconds. Bro, Billy Carson is low-key entertaining. He should just sell a story instead of trying to convince us. Dude, I don't even know if I would want this guy to even sell a story because he's just going to influence people into believing literally pseudo history, just like literally made up stuff. You know, if you're going to start saying like, oh, the Sumerians, people are going to be like, oh, really? I didn't know that. They believe those things. Oh, the Christians, they believe those things. It's like maybe if he scrapped, you know, Bible, Sumerian, Egypt, just scrap all the real world names and stuff. Maybe then, you know, whatever. But if he's, you know, telling a story and he's talking about Egypt and ancient Sumer and stuff like that, people are going to think this guy is serious, and then they're just being led into deception. Maybe Emu and Nika / Joy Boy are brothers. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. We were talking about that the other day. It could be, you know, Emu killed Joy Boy like how Cain killed Abel. Emu is the child of slavery and bondage, whereas Joy Boy is the child of promise and freedom. Emu is Judas, you know, not technically not a biological brother to Jesus, but a brother to Jesus as a close friend. Yo, what's going on, Matilda? Billy just a front runner for what a lot of people say. Yeah, it's not good. that's a pretty awful. He literally just makes stuff up. It's like, source, trust me, bro. Dude actually appeals to like Gnostic gospel forgeries. You know, Billy Carson, he's one of those guys, their whole career depends on people not knowing anything about what he's talking about. That's what their whole career relies on. Billy Carson would not be successful at all if people knew basic history. And if his fans had like critical thinking skills, bro, no one would listen to him. It's a con artist. He's essentially a con artist. Emu, the Goat Moo, the real name of Joy Boy. Yeah, I wonder what Joy Boy's name is. Because, you know, for the longest time, I was thinking like maybe his name is Davy Jones. You know, they banished Davy Jones. They don't want anyone to don't say that name. You know, that's how they treat Joy Boy. Maybe there's a connection there. But it kind of seems that Oda's going a different direction. Do you guys agree? Do you guys think Oda's going a different direction? Like Joy Boy's name is not Davy Jones? Chat. Where is it actually? This is from the previous day. I was about to say, check stream elements. I just sent 2. I don't know if they went through. I don't see them. I see the stream elements from 2 days ago. I don't see one from like, you know, recent. I don't see it. Are you sure it went through? I don't want you to get charged for something that didn't go through, bro. I don't want you losing your bread. I don't see it on stream elements though. I'm looking at my activity. It's nothing's there. The link is somewhat faulty. Oh man, is this still acting up? The stream elements link. I saw an error message. Yo, check your bank really quick. See if it went through. See if it went through. Watch Joy Boy's name be Don D Day. Don D Day. It's a very weird name. Yo, Day versus Emu. It's like a weird name. Emu's already a mixed race. Wait, how do you know that? Hey, you can't just blow right past that. How do you know that? Emu's already a mixed race. So Blackbeard could be descended from Emu. Well, how is Emu mixed? I'm not seeing the connection there. I'm not seeing the argumentation. Does Emu have a devil fruit power, or that's how he looks? Well, apparently the panel says ability devil fruit. So, you know, there's different ways to interpret this. Maybe you could interpret this as it meaning that Emu has the original devil fruit and its name is just devil fruit. Or Oda's hiding the name of the devil fruit. Maybe there's other different ways people can understand and interpret this. But I'm not going to lie, guys. I kind of lean towards the latter. I think that Oda's hiding the name of the fruit. I don't think this is Oda saying that Emu, like his devil fruit is literally called devil fruit. I think Oda's hiding the name of it. One, because Oda blue balls everything. And 2, like it just seems weird that it would say ability devil fruit. Like to assume that like for an example, right? Thank you, Dawn of Ascension. She tested a $1 super chat. Thank you so much. It went through from Stream Elements. For an example, right? If you guys ask me, yo, what kind of power, what ability was Smoker using when he was fighting in Logtown? I would say, oh yeah, his ability is a devil fruit. Like there's nothing strange about that. If I say, yeah, Smoker's ability, his ability is a devil fruit. Like, no one's going to be like, oh, does that mean Smoker has the original devil fruit? It's like, no, like, devil fruits are it's like a class of abilities. You know, you have characters that use hockey. You have characters that now use black magic. You got characters that use these things outside of the usual realms of hockey and devil fruits, maybe like a weapon or something. Maybe like magic. Like, remember that girl that used to draw on the ground and make people freeze, made Luffy freeze or whatever? Point is that I could see it being in a similar vein for Emu. This is Oda's way of saying, yeah, you guys are wondering what his ability is, what his powers are. Well, I'll just let you know right now, he has a devil fruit. That's his ability. His ability is devil fruits. Like all this stuff you're seeing. Thank you, Miss Goldenwick. All this stuff you see going on, it ain't hockey. It's a devil fruit. So I could see it being something like that rather than, oh no, when it says ability, devil fruit, that must mean that his fruit is called devil fruit. You know? Unless the Japanese words it in a certain way, I'm open to that. I haven't analyzed the Japanese yet. Maybe in the Japanese, they word it in a certain way. And because how they word it, it means that he has the original devil fruit. And it's just called devil fruit. I mean, I'm open to that. I don't care either way, personally. Whether he has a fruit called devil fruit and it's the original, or he has a devil fruit and Oda's hiding the name right now, for me, I don't really care either way. Whichever one it is, it doesn't really matter to me. I think both options would be cool. I don't really care which one it is. But if I'm trying to figure out and deduce which option's more likely, I'd probably be more towards the latter. I feel like Oda's hiding the name of the fruit. So he's like, okay, I'm going to let you guys know Emu has a devil fruit. When he attacks people and he's turning people into demons, he's hijacking people's bodies. He's creating these nightmare monsters. I think that was actually Kettingham. He's using a devil fruit. His ability, well, everything you're seeing, that's a devil fruit. I'm not going to tell you the name of the fruit, though. You guys see? That's how I'm seeing it. I don't think it automatically has to be like ability, devil fruit. Like, oh, well, I guess his name is Devil. Because Oda could have did the same thing for, like, any other character. And I'm not arguing that. I'm not arguing that to the fullest extent. Of course, Inu has a lot more gas and a lot more machinery behind him. Inu's far more important than Smoker. Oda's not going to, like, give us an info box of Smoker and make it say Devil Fruit. Oda, if he's going to reveal Smoker's fruit, he'll just say the name of the fruit. But my point is that if you have like a classification like ability, or you have like a category, like for a character, category would be ability, and then you put the classification of devil fruit, I don't think that's strange. It's like Oda could have put ability, hockey, and then that lets us know, oh shoot, Inu's doing all of this through hockey. Did you know Emu coughing blood when he appeared in Elbaf? Yeah, I think that Emu coughing up this blood, it's Oda showing us the drawback to his abilities. Now, we have to be careful, guys. Emu could have a devil fruit, right? Whether you believe it's the devil fruit called devil fruit or the devil fruit, or you guys are like me, you guys believe Oda's saying he has a fruit and Oda's just hiding the name, so he just puts ability devil fruit. Regardless of what you believe the name of the fruit is, I think you guys would also agree that it doesn't have to limit Emu. Just because Emu has a devil fruit doesn't mean Emu doesn't have hockey. Like, that's stupid. No one would actually believe that. We literally saw Emu with conquer hockey bolts. So just because Emu has a devil fruit doesn't mean he doesn't have hockey. But we take this a step further. It could mean that Emu has something outside of the devil fruits. Emu could be using black magic. Black magic, hockey, maybe ancient kingdom tech. Emu could be tapping into multiple realms of power in one piece. And devil fruits is just one aspect of it. Doesn't have to be this scenario where it's like, yeah, 100% of the abilities and powers and whatever you want to call it from Emu, yeah, it's all devil fruit. Like, no, it doesn't have to be like that. Like, his main ability could be a devil fruit, but he has hockey. Maybe he does black magic. Maybe he has ancient kingdom tech. Maybe Emu has Uranus. Does that make sense? Nomad Sherm, God bless. Welcome in, bro. With Egyptian mythology, I kind of see Emu as Apophis. I believe it's supposed to be the ultimate darkness in Egyptian lore, and the sun god Ra keeps him at bay from consuming the earth. Yeah, I understand what you're getting at with that. Me and an old friend, I actually don't remember who it was. We were arguing years ago, many years ago, that Blackbeard was going to be Apophis. And at this time, we did know of Emu's existence. Although, yeah, we didn't know what his design looked like, and we didn't know Domi Reversi and stuff like that. But we posited that maybe Blackbeard was Apophis because of, obviously, the darkness powers and stuff like that. Maybe it could be Emu. Maybe Emu and Blackbeard. Maybe both of these guys are the bearers of darkness. Maybe these guys are the gatekeepers of the abyss. But I don't know, man. When we talk about Emu, you know, having the power of darkness and the abyss and just blackness, I feel like that role is for Blackbeard. It would be kind of strange, and this is just my opinion. This isn't really a good argument. In fact, I'm not even really trying to argue this. From my opinion, you know, when I look at Emu and I look at Blackbeard, if Emu has like all these darkness powers, it would feel a little strange to me because that's like Blackbeard's whole shtick, right? And Oda doesn't care what I like, right? I'm not really trying to make an argument right now. I'm just giving my opinion. I feel like that's more of like a Blackbeard thing. Maybe, you know, Emu, maybe he'll have a few darkness attacks, maybe like 1 or 2 or something like that. But I think like Emu having like abilities or having like this role of darkness, I think it's more about his persona. It's more about his character arc rather than, you know, what Oda is going to use for Emu's abilities. Like, yeah, we get it. Emu has brought the One Piece Earth, the One Piece planet into darkness. Emu casted out the light that is Nika. I understand all the, you know, symbolism of Emu bringing darkness. Emu acts as an eclipse onto the One Piece world by shoving away Nika. I understand like all the symbolism of Emu being a prince of darkness. But in terms of abilities, I don't know. Just on a purely subjective point of view, I feel like that would be more for Blackbeard. So I don't know though. Maybe Emu, maybe symbolically he's Apophis. But then I would look at Blackbeard and I'd be like, wait, why can't Blackbeard be Apophis? Why not? You know, if Blackbeard is trying to become the king of the world, if Blackbeard's trying to become Pirate King, and Luffy's the one taking out Blackbeard, he's defeating Blackbeard, and Luffy's the one that's claiming the One Piece, and yada, 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 yada. I feel that Luffy would be keeping Blackbeard at bay, which would be in line with Blackbeard being Apophis. Now, chat, we are going to be going into the open mic session of the stream. If anyone wants to join the stream call and debate me, question me, share a theory, and talk to me, if you guys want to interact with me live on stream, the link is in the stream text chat right now. I invite any of you guys to join. We are not going to do the open mic for that long because I have somewhere to be early tomorrow. So I'm not sure how long we'll do the open mic session. So if you guys want to do the open mic session, if you want to talk to me, I would join ASAP. By the way, Vincent, you got to download Discord and join my server so you can talk to us off stream, bro. we're always thinking like, man, we want to talk to Vincent. We want to ask him this. We want to share him this. But he doesn't have Discord. So it turns out Emu is a Lunarian ancient giant trans Jew. Yeah. Ultimate diverse king. The king of diversity. Yo, what's going on, Smokey?
Yo, what up? Can you hear me? Yo, can you hear me?
Are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me? Oh, shit. Hold on.
Emu is a black transgender. We're getting Loki and Luffy versus Emu for real. Okay, I actually wanted to talk about that really quick. Guys, this, whole mojo, or I guess like this whole road we're going down of Luffy and Loki versus Emu, I'm really trying to figure out how exactly that's going to go. And the thing that I keep leaning towards is this idea or this result where Emu coughing up so much blood has to stop the fight. He has to leave and recover. But at the same time, I feel that Oda would have to do it in such a way to where Emu doesn't look like a letdown. So I think maybe Oda's going to take the path where Emu is laying the smackdown on Loki and Luffy, just Emu obliterating, speed blitzing Loki and Luffy. But before Emu can actually finish off and kill them, Emu's coughing up so much blood, he has to go back to Manipur and recover. And I think this is exactly why Oda's presenting Emu coughing up blood now. So already at the outset, from the outset of the fight, we already see Luffy, or we already see Emu is sick. We already see him coughing up blood. So that
can you hear me?
When Emu is inches away from ending Luffy's life, there's going to be a reason. There's going to be an excuse as to why Emu doesn't finish the job. Are you there, Smokey and Vincent?
Yo, can you hear me?
I actually don't hear either of you. Wait a second. My mic is set on the wrong. All right, hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
All right, I hear you now. My speakers are on the wrong setting.
Yeah. You know, it was funny. I was trying to stream elements you something, and it was going to say, get another damn mic.
Get another mic. It's not even the mic. It's this PC. The USB ports are completely broken. At least I don't think it's the mic. I'm pretty sure it's a USB.
Old PC?
Need to ask for a raise so we can get a whole new system.
Bro, I might have to. T Jara says it makes sense because we can't have Emu killing Elbaf here. Yeah, so you gotta it has to be a balance. Oda has to gas up Emu as the main antagonist of the story, while simultaneously not literally killing the protagonist. Luffy can't die right now unless he has another resurrection. So I think one option in my eyes is, again, Emu laying the absolute smackdown on Luffy and Loki, and before he could finish the job, he has to stop the fight and go recover. That's why he's already coughing up the blood right now.
For me, I don't think that's actually blood. It could just be like the actual shroud itself coming off of him, like it's actual symbiote dripping off of him, keeping his real self covered because he's very sensitive to sunlight for some reason. And that's
that's possible, but I think in this chapter, when he goes back to Marijoa and he falls to the ground, I think there's a sound effect of coughing. And on this last panel, it looks like that's blood from his mouth, So
oh yeah,
what do you think about that?
I didn't see that part.
It's all good, bro. That would be interesting though if that was the case, like weak to sunlight. I mean, I could see that. He's just indoors all day hiding from the world. And then you have the symbolism where his ultimate arch nemesis is the sun god. So
Yep. So I definitely think, like, when he was falling over, he was coughing. We've seen him coughing, we've seen him huffed, we've seen him pressed.
We've seen him
kind of going through it.
We've seen him convulse. Yo, King J, welcome in, bro. God bless. He said, I just joined. I don't know the topic, but I know that Smokey is wrong.
Damn.
Yo, does he have a crush on you? Maybe that's what it is.
I think he does.
You know, like,
but that's
you know-
the homie.
You remember when we were
King
younger? When we had a crush on a girl, we would be like, "Oh, you're
Yo,
ugly.
it's like
You're
that
stupid."
Mariah Carey song. Why you so obsessed with me?
He's just
That's how you
king
feel.
wanking off to you.
King J, please leave me alone. You're always trying, testing me.
Vincent, what the hell did you just say?
Slander and slow.
I just say he's just king wanking off to Smokey every chance he gets.
I never want to
There we
hear
go.
that again. I want to
There we go.
shove a screwdriver in my ear. Do you check my comment? Where's your comment? There's a lot of comments in here, bro. Umi Bozu.
What I
Sup,
really
emo-
like is what I really like about this chapter is that apparently now everything is getting Domi reversed. Like the houses, the trees, the whole island is being turned into a weapon.
I agree. I absolutely
Pretty
love that.
sick.
I think that's pretty awesome.
And it reminds me about Luffy's Devil Fruit, because when he went into Gear 5, all of a sudden he had this Logia-like ability. So they could be like, so this gives us more confirmation that they are polar opposites of each other.
Yeah, the one thing about Luffy, though, is as opposed to Emu, he didn't actually bring anything alive, but the buildings at Egghead were dancing to the beat.
Really quick, Eddie. I have a video right here 4 years ago, probably going on to 5 years, about Emu being an Umi Bozu. All right. So if you want to go watch that, just type in evil Umi Bozu. It's like 4 years old. Okay. So I want to hear Vincent and Smokey's position on the matter. How does this arc end? Is
We
Luffy
getting clapped.
Is Luffy clapping Emu? Is Emu clapping Luffy? Is Luffy dying? Is Emu dying? Well, what's going on? What are you guys thinking?
I think we're getting clapped.
I think the same thing. Everyone is going to get clapped. It's going to be the same situation at Saba Ori when Kizaru came in and just wrecked everybody. But it's going to be... It's definitely going to end the same way, because it goes back to my theory before about Robin getting kidnapped. And that's much a better possibility now that Emu is literally on the island. He's just like it's an easy evac strike. He sees her and he's like, Summers, grab her.
Yo, by the way, King J, put it in the chat what we were talking about yesterday or last night about Thriller Bark and Elbaf having similarities.
Hey,
King J
1
came
second.
up with a bunch of them.
1 second. I'm going to play something on stream, chat. When this episode gets animated where Emu is finally revealed and he's showing up to Luffy and Loki, I have the ultimate soundtrack. You guys want to know exactly what Oda should play or what Toei should play? Let me look it up right here. I'm going to play it on stream right here. The Sephiroth theme, bro. I want to hear this when Emu has been revealed and he's showing up, fight Luffy and Loki.
Dreeble,
The Sephiroth theme.
you can't do that, bro. That gives me Kingdom Hearts PTSD. You can't be giving
Good.
Sephiroth up.
You're about to get PTSD again when Emu starts going off. I want to hear the Sephiroth theme. This is, I totally agree with Vincent, by the way. This is Shabandi 2.0. This is Kuma showing up. This is You Are Cooked.
Yeah, I don't know about the soundtrack, but I mean, for me, I think they should just keep the theme that they have been, but like release the whole thing. Just be like same, all that crap.
Yeah, I remember that thing. When the Gorsei showed up.
Like for me,
What
it
if-
was.
What if
they need to go
what
like
if
full.
Emu showed up and he said, Neptune, Vaminus, come up.
Well, Let me put it to you. Let me give it to you guys this way. That boy Blackbeard was bleeding and panting against Law and a polar bear. If Emu comes and he low diffs Luffy and Loki, I mean, Blackbeard final boss looks like a joke at that point.
Yeah,
I mean, you know what side I stand on that. I've always been Emu for final villain.
I mean, chat. You guys in voice, everyone in text chat. Is that not true? Am I not making a point? Blackbeard was panting and covered in blood, dripping blood out of his mouth against Law and Beppo, right? And Blackbeard had homies with him. But against Law and Beppo, Blackbeard's bleeding. He's panting. If Emu shows up and he's low diffing Luffy and Loki and Ragnar, I don't want to hear Blackbeard final villain. What are you gonna say? Oh yeah, in the last arc, Blackbeard's gonna get 8 times stronger. Okay, that sounds like hope. Now for Blackbeard final villain, you have to add another. You have to stack like 4 theories, basically.
You know what else I think? I think if Emu comes into Elbaf and he deals with Loki, Ragnar, and Luffy easily, then I think that pretty much solidifies that Blackbeard is going to be Luffy's final fight before claiming the One Piece. And then it'll be Emu.
Yeah.
And then it'll be
Emu.
Yeah, I think the same thing. I think it's Luffy versus Blackbeard for One Piece, and then Luffy liberating the whole planet. That's how Oda's gonna finish the story. The story concludes with Luffy liberating the planet, but Luffy doesn't liberate the planet by taking down Blackbeard. He liberates the planet by taking down the king of the world. This is so clear, in my opinion.
I think Luffy is not going to be able to beat Emu unless he has the One Piece. I think using the One Piece is going to be the method or the way or one of the many ways he beats Emu.
What do you think, Vincent?
Yeah, definitely Emu final villain there. And I was and this kind of shatters one of my previous theories about Emu possibly possessing Blackbeard and making him his final body. So, and now that we see this, it's definitely like,
yo, do you see how Emu looks with the hair and shit? Why would he want to go into the hippopotamus's body?
Yeah, he's gonna lose aura, dude.
I mean, maybe
what does that mean? What Joy Boy looks like if he stole Lily from Emu?
Yeah,
now that
bro.
we've seen Emu,
I know it's the whole Lola and Loki situation again. Like, how are you turning that down?
Yo, if Emu got mogged by Joy Boy, what does Joy Boy look like?
And here's another thing I was thinking about. What if the Emu that we're seeing is his hybrid form, and the shadow is like his regular, like when Wuchi went into the cheetah on all 4s, like the animalistic form, and then he has the human form behind that.
So he's a shadow, and this is his his hybrid form.
Like the shadow would be the equivalent of Wuchi getting down on all 4s like a cheetah or a leopard in an egghead.
Yeah.
And then the hybrid form is what we're seeing, and then Emu has a secret hidden human form.
Possible. Well, but really quickly, I gotta show this guy this comment. This guy says Emu / Blackbeard / Shanks' final enemy. I feel like I lost brain cells reading that, but it gets worse. He says Luffy versus Dragon, father versus son.
What? How?
Why?
This is like the type of stuff you read this and you're like, wait, are we reading the same thing? There's no way we're reading the same story. But I want to show this actually, let me show this after the super chat. J.R. Rider, God bless. Thank you so much, brother. J.R. Rider with a $5 super. We'll go to King J's message after this. Maybe Emu showed up to get Ragnar, wondering if it's related to the frozen cellar where the Straw Hat is. He didn't want to go himself till Ragnar.
Why does he want to grab a hammer when he has a badass spear like that, which is clearly probably a reference to Longulus, which is, I think, a Greek weapon.
I didn't know it was a reference.
I'm gonna put something in the StreamYard chat, the private one. It's everything King J just sent you.
Okay, thanks. So you said it's a reference to Longinus. How do you spell that?
Longinus?
It's just Longinus.
Like Longulus.
Oh, Yillus. Longulus.
I think there's like 3 S's or 3 or 4 S's in there.
Wait, how? Longulus? How are there 3?
I could be mistaken.
Longulus weapon. Lance of Longulus? Longinus?
Yeah, I think that. Because if we're going into the whole Greek motif here, then I could say that Emu would actually be like Hades.
Hades as like the entity, like the person?
Yes, the entity.
Okay. The king of the underworld. Like what we were what a lot of fans were comparing to Pluton at one point.
I'm gonna run to the restroom real quick. I'll be back, guys.
No problem.
Wash your hands.
Generator, to get back to your super, I don't know, man. To get Ragnar, I don't know, because remember, this arc started with them trying to recruit Loki. So I feel like if Emu was coming to get anybody, I feel like it would be Loki. And then also Luffy. I mean, Luffy's the return of Joy Boy and Nika.
I mean, I don't think Emu has any interest in Loki, just the devil fruit.
Well, remember, they try to recruit Loki to the Holy Knights. So I think there is an interest. Or do you think they're trying to recruit Loki into the Holy Knights because of the fruit?
I think they were just trying to control him so that Emu would have an easier time controlling the rest of Elbaf. Like, I think the stipulations are that they need to be the leader of that country in order to control it.
Yo, bro, are you in like a mousetrap or are you like in SeaWorld with a bunch of dolphins in the background?
Me?
Yeah, yo, I'm hearing some sound. Bro,
yo, I was hearing bells ringing. I thought we were in India, man. It took me back.
That's
I think
wind
it's in
chime.
SeaWorld right now. I hear the freaking dolphins squeaking in the background. You guys hear that?
Those are birds, and that's a wind chime. I'm outside.
Okay, thank you so much, Generator. I want to pull up King J's message chat. Actually, hold on. Maybe I'm better off sharing the screen. Because if I try to read this, like, as is, you guys wouldn't be able to follow along. It's quite a lot. Okay, chat. So check this out, guys. Check this out. This is what Smokey mentioned earlier. Smokey and I were talking about Thriller Bark and Elbaf being similar. 1, both arcs started with a Cerberus. 2, ancient giants were first introduced. 3, shadow main villain. 4, main characters change personality after getting a shadow in them. 5, Brook lore on both arcs. 6, both arcs started with Straw Hats having to get through a fog. 7, both arcs had an ancient giant that claimed to be Luffy / the Sun God. 8, Lola lore on both arcs. He's connected to Loki and Thriller Bark. 9, talking trees on both arcs. 10, weird animals on both arcs. 11, in both arcs, someone, Roto and Absalom, kidnapped and dressed up Nami after making her unconscious. That's actually a very narrow one right there. 12, Absalom and Roto had a crush on Nami. 13, okay, well, this is kind of like the same thing. Ors was 13, Ors was frozen. Ragnar froze ancient giant crew Galila. 14, both arcs had an unliftable hammer, Usopp's gag hammer, and Ragnar. If Emu's controlling Gunko, or if Emu controlling Gunko is similar to Moria controlling Ors, then the real Emu that showed up now is Kuma at the end of Thriller Bark. Emu is going to solo the whole island. Nothing happened.
I agree. I think Emu is clapping our cheeks here. How we
Hold
escape?
on, one more. He says nothing happened moment will parallel Loki stalling Emu. I guess he says at the end with lightning because Arc started with Roto claiming to be God and losing to Zeus's lightning. Wow. You an idiot if you think Emu's the last villain. Okay, well, you an idiot if you don't join the stream call and come prove your case to me. Because I've explained this a million times. Join the stream chat. What's this guy's name? Renzo. If you're so sure about your take, join the stream and come prove me wrong. But yo, shout out to Smokey and King J, because these are some awesome parallels right here. I didn't
Yeah,
even see this conversation happen.
give almost all the credit to King J. I didn't really do much.
Humble Smokey.
No, I mean for real.
Humble
I didn't.
Smokey.
He came up with all of those, but like we
Nah.
went down them, and I was like,
I can't hear him. What's he
right.
saying?
Smokey's giving all the credit to King J, but ignore Smokey. He deserves some credit.
I mean, he deserves all the credit, in my opinion.
Okay, I gotta get through this, Smokey, because there's another super chat. Or I mean, King J, there's another super. Loki's lightning is Emu's weakness. Luffy is immune to lightning. That's perfect weakness for Emu. Emu stopped scientific development because he's weak to electricity, just like Crocodile stopped water availability on Alabasta. Lightning being Emu's weakness proves why Loki's fruit is considered as one of the two counters against Emu. This is why Zebek said Loki's fruit is the counter to Emu. What do you guys think about that?
That actually would make a fair amount of sense because we all know Luffy's weakness is like swords and shit. It's like getting cut, but Emu is basically invincible to everything else. So it makes sense that Emu's weakness would be Luffy's vulnerability.
This guy is sorry, Vincent. This guy says, I hate these goofy YouTubers speaking like y'all know more than us. Blackbeard is literally the last villain, Goofy. Okay, are you going to keep throwing ad hominems, or are you going to join the stream and give a syllogism? Because you're just sitting in the text chat crying. Goofy YouTubers.
Maybe you should change your thumbnail so you don't look like a Cheeto.
Yeah, bro, it looks like a Cheeto. Like you, Renzo Finesto, you realize calling someone a goofy YouTuber is not an argument. I don't even know if you have the IQ to comprehend that. Calling me goofy doesn't make your argument win. You know that, right? And you're crying saying that, speaking like y'all know more than us. Like, what are you even talking about? Like, we all disagree with each other. People in the chat disagree with me. I disagree with them. We agree. We disagree. What are you even going on about? This is so dumb. All right. Sorry, Reese Lucas with the 5. Thank you so much, brother. God bless, man. I find it suspicious that Emu was scared of the name Joy Boy and Davy Jones, yet seems barely phased by Nika and Nidhogg together. It's actually a good point. What do you guys think?
That is, I think that is
interesting.
That's a good point. It's interesting. I just don't think we have enough to really think about what it could actually be. You know?
Right.
Because I don't want to just say Oda inconsistency, but I think we need more.
We do need more. We can never get too much.
I don't know what he's saying, but I agree completely.
Yo, Vincent, can you not hear me, bro?
He can't hear you. Shout out to Streamlabs or StreamYard for being so stupid. What's going on, Sean Terry?
Oh, not much, man. I'm catching some serious lag right now, though.
Maybe it's me.
It's my connection.
Oh, you're lagging right now.
Yeah,
only
I
a little
hear
bit,
for a second,
but
and then it lagged out or cut out.
I don't. I was just going to say, I do think Blackbeard will be the final villain, and I think Blackbeard can handle Emu. And the reason being is because he took Whitebeard's devil
You
fruit.
can hear me though,
And they-
right, Threevil?
Yeah,
and
hold
they
on.
always said,
Sorry, hold on. Smokey, I hear you, but I don't think you hear Sean Terry. This is we might have to do like one caller at a time because it's gonna be very confusing. People can't hear each other.
Let me
I can hear everybody. I can hear everybody.
Sorry, everybody. Sorry, chat. This isn't your guys' fault. It's StreamYard.
Yeah.
It'll mess up the callers. It'll mess you guys up, and then out of nowhere, you guys won't be able to hear each other.
Honestly, it might be me.
Okay, I can hear
No,
everybody
it's not.
now.
It's not your fault. It's StreamYard is just so dumb. So I'm sorry. Continue.
Actually, you know what? Let me get off this Wi-Fi connection and just run off my data.
I can hear you now,
Um,
brother.
all right, awesome. Mr. K Van Zeller says, not a Blackbeard stand, just thinking it makes sense. Blackbeard senses the opportunity to hit Emu while he's weak/away from the castle. Okay, what you don't understand is that Emu is the one that rules the planet. What you don't understand is that the entire planet is suffering under the shackles of the world's government.
Hey, can y'all hear me better now?
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly. Can you hear me?
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah, I can hear everybody. Yeah,
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can
yes.
hear you, Vincent. The one I can't hear is Threevil, though.
Damn. Sorry
Well,
about
what I was saying about Blackbeard being the final villain was that I think Blackbeard could handle Emu because he took Whitebeard's devil fruit, and they always said Whitebeard had the power to destroy the world. And every time they saw Emu, they referred to Emu as the world. Remember when Rox confronted Emu in God Valley? He was like, and Roger, they was like, "What are we looking at?" And Rox said, "The world."
that. That may be the case, but if
So here's my theory about how that would work. So Emu has basically just says devil fruit, right? So what if Blackbeard uses the Yami Yami no Mi to cancel out his devil ability, and then uses the Gura Gura no Mi to basically just completely crack him?
Okay, hold on. I want to say something really quick. This idea that that they refer to Emu as the world, and then Blackbeard said he wants to take over the world or they want to capture the world. You can't argue and say that they're talking about Emu and it's the same person. That's a word concept fallacy. Like just because you see one word in one sentence doesn't mean it's the same exact meaning as the same word in another sentence.
Oh, I
And
totally agree.
what I would want to ask to people who are talking about Blackbeard being the final boss is what I would want to ask them is, do you guys want another Naruto? Do you want another story where Madara, who's built up for so long, hundreds of chapters, you build up like this main villain, and then at the very end, he's like killed out of nowhere by like a third party? Because that's exactly what we would be doing with Blackbeard killing Emu. It would be the same exact thing. You build up this whole narrative of the One Piece world government. They enslave everybody. They're controlling the market. They're having these auction houses. They are employing the Marines everywhere to control all these territories. You have all this emphasis, all this buildup to the One Piece world government, and apparently there's a secret ruler. He sits on the empty throne that should be empty as a sign of democracy. You have all this buildup for Emu and the world government just to throw it away because Blackbeard's gonna show up last second and take down Emu. That to me, that makes no sense at all. That you just destroyed all the build up to Emu. I don't even. That makes no sense.
By the way, there is somebody else in the voice chat that is asking if he can come in. Threevil.
Hi, fellas.
Yeah, what's up,
Yeah,
man?
what's up?
yo,
I'm gonna put. If I could give my own 2 cents on this, here's the thing. I mean, given what we know, the whole deal that many of the world nobles, the celestial dragons below the Gorosei and Emu himself, don't even know of this psychopath, this immortal psycho's existence. The thing is, and most people don't believe there is a way to stop him from dummy reversing people and the devils. But there is one way that you can, and it revolves in Chopper being the linchpin. Have him whack every single one of them because maybe he's the devil fruit he ate was the mushroom he was trying to find Hero look, but he got the wrong one and ended up killing him anyway. And there's all this speculation that Chopper ate the mythical forest god human fruit. So maybe it's a combination of the darkness, the light, and the woods, and maybe even the seas that bring Emu down. You've heard that theory, right?
Yeah, I have.
yeah, we heard it.
Yeah, I've heard it.
Why else would Blackbeard take off for Fishman Island to kidnap Shirahoshi? At least that's what I'm guessing. That's what he's up to.
Do we know if it was Blackbeard that took Shirahoshi or if it's Celestials?
I mean, in theory, it would be more likely than that. I mean, the Celestials have their own issues with how Murray's was collapsing because of the Revolutionary Army's raids. It would have to be Blackbeard. Beard would be using that as a distraction to kidnap him. And remember, they had that swamp guy that told Blackbeard everything about Shirahoshi being Poseidon. Do they not?
Yeah, the wet-haired caribou.
Yeah, him.
I would think that they'd probably want to go to Wano first because that's closer.
I understand. The problem with that is you've already taken over big. True, giving Blackbeard more territory would make him a bigger threat, and maybe I can understand Evil's point of not making Blackbeard the 11th hour final villain. But the thing is, he was built up before Imu came into play.
That's not even a good argument. We
But
know
he's like
from
a precursor.
Alabasta that the Gorosei and the world government is already they're already having their hands on the whole planet. Let me ask you something. Who rules the world, Emu or Blackbeard?
It's Imu.
Oh, okay, but I thought you just said that Blackbeard was introduced earlier. It was introduced sooner, so who cares about Emu?
Well, I meant based on what I did on Alabasta. I'm not saying who cares about Imu. I'm just saying wasn't based on certain aspects. From the moment we meet Ace and he says he's tracking down Blackbeard, or during the whole Wapple incident, wasn't he mentioned first?
Blackbeard was
it would be
mentioned in
very
Drum
close
Kingdom.
because it would be very close because in Drum Island we had the flashback of the Reverie, and they were already showing that the Gorosei and the world government's control around the whole entire planet, this international enterprise. So we already saw from very early on that that the world government they're at the tip of the iceberg. But either way, like even if you were to argue, oh well, Blackbeard was introduced first, that doesn't refute the point that Oda's been building up Emu and the world government the whole story.
And then here's
true.
And here's the big question: how do you kill something like that? I mean, the moment these two cross paths again after Elbaf or whatever, my big question is this, and it boils down to Luffy: when does he throw this whole altruistic no-kill policy out the window? I mean, if you look at his track record. Every pirate he's beaten, he's never killed any of them.
Yeah, maybe Zoro will finish him off. Zoro's killed people already.
I mean, aside from, yes, needing to strip Emu of his immortality, find some way to take it away from him. You also need to kill Luffy also have a desire to kill Akainu for revenge for what happened to Ace. Kill Blackbeard for what happened to Ace and his grandfather, even though he's not aware of the latter yet.
King J also makes an obvious good point. He says the main plot is not to find the One Piece, it's about liberation. One Piece is only a tool to liberate the world from Emu. Blackbeard is just a person chasing the One Piece. Meanwhile, Emu is why we need the One Piece. Exactly. This is so obvious.
I agree.
Fair point. But the question is, what is the One Piece? The information about
I believe the
Void
One
Century?
Piece is a weapon.
I thought
A weapon in which Luffy can control the sea.
I always thought it was just information and the truth behind the Void Century that brings Emu out in the open. But now that argument's been blown out. Now that he is out in the open, or
So
about to be out in the open to the rest of the world.
So that would be what I would think, my friend. I would think the One Piece is a weapon in which Luffy can use to control the sea and specifically beat Emu. I don't think Luffy can beat it without the One Piece.
So what would it be? A massive Conqueror Taki cannon?
See, like this is such a ridiculous argument. No offense, Reese Lucas. God bless your soul. Don't take anything offensive. I'm not trying to attack you personally. He says, I think the big reason I believe Blackbeard is the final villain is because Emu is the current darkness Luffy needs to prevent repeating history and stopping Blackbeard from being the next king. You know, this makes no sense because why even build up Emu in the world government this whole time? It was all for nothing. It's just pointless if you're going to end up having, well, no, actually, Blackbeard's the one that now has all the power. Which, by the way, would there even be enough time for Blackbeard to institute his power and influence over the One Piece world government? Like, Luffy's already one road poneglyph away from being able to go to Laugh Tale. The time is ticking. There's not that much time for this hypothetical scenario for Blackbeard to defeat Emu, and now Blackbeard's going to start rearranging the world government. He's going to control the Marines, and he's going to send them there and send them there. There's not that much time to like remake the whole One Piece world government. Whereas you had this entire system built up from the very beginning. It's already here. You don't need to hype up. See, you want to argue for Blackbeard for final villain. You got to say, okay, if X and if Y and if Z and if A and if B and if C and if D and if E and if F and if G and if H and if I, you got to add like 30 ifs, and then, okay, now Blackbeard's the final villain.
And another parallel I've seen, I mean, sure, different context, but the world government in many ways is no different than the Ministry of Magic from Harry Potter. More interested in quick fixes and cover-ups, morally corrupt.
Sure.
And run by a villainous mastermind. The only difference is Voldemort didn't get to establish his tyranny for too long.
Well, Voldemort was an idiot.
Well, that's
my
Mets, point.
Hey, Mets, I really like your personality. You should join the voice calls more often.
Thanks.
But no, I definitely see similarities between the world government and the Ministry of Magic. You know, they put down different races. The Ministry of Magic, they put down, you know, non-magi muggles. They put down the elves or the dwarves.
Half-breeds.
They put down the half-breeds. Yeah.
They have their own Dementors.
True.
Dementor. Hold on, I missed the super chat. King J with the 40. Thank you so much, brother. He says Blackbeard took our Mosa. He's getting packed by Loki.
And the big question is, what's the third devil fruit that Blackbeard's after? He's got a Paramecia, though not the one he wants. He's got a Logia, the one he did want. So what's the Zoan he's after? We know it's got to be at least a mythical one.
Okay,
I've always been against 3 Blackbeard fruits, so...
I mean, but look at this Jolly Roger. It's a Cerberus, the 3-headed guard dog of hell.
Yes,
Well,
and then Shamrock pulled up with the Cerberus fruit and killed all that.
Some of these takes is like, it's obvious that they're forcing Blackbeard being the final boss. Virgo Tyrant says there will be no argument if he becomes a 3-way battle. Wouldn't you want Luffy to be the one that ultimately defeats Blackbeard? And wouldn't you want Luffy to be the one that ultimately defeats Emu? Because if you say yes to both of those options, you really think Luffy's going to beat Blackbeard and Emu at the same time? See, like that, like to me, that's preposterous. And I feel like if I had to take a guess, right? I don't know anyone's intentions, right? But if I had to take a guess, I think this is because we need Blackbeard to be final villain.
Or at the very least,
that's pretty much the gist of
or
it.
the very least, penultimate villain.
Which, I mean, he could definitely be when Luffy beats him for the One Piece.
Or beats him for the last road poneglyph he needs, which is in Marijois, which is now completely unguarded outside the Gorosei.
Yeah, but with
I mean, the Holy Knights
does he
are
really
at
need
Elbaf,
guards?
What was that?
Edison Kelly,
So
thank
the
you so
powers,
much,
like-
brother. God bless you. He says Emu has illness and the surgery didn't fix it.
If I had to guess, it's denying his fallen nature. I mean, he's basically the devil in human flesh trying to live as an immortal man. That is a massive contradiction. I mean, you've seen it in many other polytheistic mythos, whether it's Greek, Nordic, Hindu. Anytime a god leaves his sanctuary to live amongst men, it hurts them.
Well, a 3-way fight doesn't mean you beat 2 other people on your own. You add help, really. So you don't think Oda's gonna go the direction where Luffy clearly won the day. He clearly defeated Blackbeard after 1,000 chapters of buildup. You don't think Oda's demonstrating or Oda's going the path where Luffy liberates the whole planet by taking down Emu? It's actually like a 3-way fight. How is that synonymous with Oda's writing at all?
I mean, technically, they're in the middle of a 3-way fight now with Luffy and Loki versus Emu. It's just 2-on-1.
Yeah, but who actually thinks Emu's being defeated here?
I'm out. I got nothing. left to say, guys. Later.
What
Take
was the
care,
question?
bro.
Take care.
What was the question again?
I was just arguing that certainly Oda's writing style is to have Luffy be the ultimate victor over the big bad. So if there was a hypothetical three-way fight of Luffy, Blackbeard, Emu, how is Luffy getting the true shine of taking down Blackbeard while in the same fight getting the true shine of taking down Emu? Like, that's so strange. Like,
To me, that just doesn't sound
For me,
good.
I don't
It
see a
sounds
three-way
clunky.
fight between Emu, Blackbeard, and Luffy. I see a three-way fight between Luffy, Blackbeard, and Kobe on Hachinosu.
like maybe like a Doflamingo Law kind of thing.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Try to shoehorn
Because we know that
in.
Kobe plans on taking down Blackbeard to get back for Garp.
Yeah,
And
the Will of,
Nah,
Will of
Kobe,
Dreams says
listen
the
to
whole
me.
story. The whole story is help from Nakama friends. That's the main theme of the story. Yes, so Blackbeard helps. So Luffy asked for Blackbeard's help. Yo, you had my brother killed, but can you help me take down Emu, bro?
I know you murdered my brother and all, but I kind of need your help with this devil dude. So help me out. Of course.
Mugiwara.
King J with the
Bro.
100. Thank you, brother. Difficult
Luffy
thing
and
to predict is
Blackbeard
when
been beefing over cherry pies for real. This all started from cherry pies. Ace was just the cherry on top, and Luffy don't like cherry pie. Remember?
he doesn't. He likes the meat. Difficult thing is to predict when we're getting Zoro versus Mihawk because it can't be Final War. But who would Zoro fight in the Final War after Mihawk? Maybe Venus. I always thought about Zoro versus Mihawk. I'm not entirely sure when that would take place either. Guys, what do you think?
I think the only logical place for Zoro and Emu to fight would be Laugh Tale, right? But I could see it being a Final War fight.
I mean, I also could see. Well, wait, you said Luffy and Blackbeard?
No. I said Zoro and Mihawk. I think every Yonko is going to land on Laugh Tale, and they're going to have a battle royale.
Yeah, after Luffy and Blackbeard beat Emu with a combined punch, both of them screams, "We are the One Piece."
Yo, you guys remember the Wonder Twins from back in DC days, where they would have to put their hands together and go, "Wonder Twin powers activate." Is that what Blackbeard and Luffy's gonna do?
Yeah, apparently that's what people are seeing this as. This is so
Shape
stupid.
of Davy.
I believe Blackbeard will be the final villain because Oda has written him in the background a while, constantly gets stronger and accomplishes his main goals. We know his ultimate goal. Yeah, so basically, the whole reason that they're hiding poneglyphs is for nothing. I mean, Emu's nothing compared to Blackbeard. Screw the whole fact that this world government and Emu with the 19 kings is the reason that there's a Laugh Tale and the ancient kingdom was wiped out. Like, all of that is second to the One Piece, apparently. Where do you even, when you guys say that Blackbeard, I know you guys are, smoking crack, right? But when you guys say that Luffy's gonna, surely you guys believe Emu's gonna lose to Luffy, right? When you guys say that Luffy beats Emu, where is this happening? Because you would be saying, yeah, I believe Luffy's gonna defeat Emu, and then he fights Blackbeard. Where is this taking place? Because a lot of the time people will come from this position and they'll be saying, oh, well, Luffy's going to fight Blackbeard on Laugh Tale. Well, how does that work? Is Luffy going to go backwards to Marijoa and then forwards again to the end of the New World where Laugh Tale is supposedly at? I don't understand this logic at all. I guarantee you that's one of those things that haven't even crossed people's minds. If you're the kind of person that thinks Luffy defeats Emu, then he defeats Blackbeard, and you think Luffy fights Emu at Marijoa, then he fights Luffy at Laugh Tale, you'd have to argue that Luffy goes backwards in the New World right now, goes all the way to Marijoa, and then forwards to the New World again, as Luffy already said, the next time he crosses the red line, he already be Pirate King. So you would have to argue Luffy's going to go half the planet backwards, and then forwards again through everything he already went through just to make it where he's at Elbaf. I have no words. I have no words.
How would you feel about it though if Luffy finds a way to like unlock fast travel, like for example the undersea currents or something like that?
I mean, we've seen the undersea currents before, but if someone told me that, I'd be like, okay, it's obvious you're forcing Blackbeard to be the final villain.
No, I'm not forcing. I'm just saying backtracking. That's all.
Well, if someone else told me that, in this conversation, I'd be like, okay, it's obvious that you don't really care. Not you, Smokey, the person that would bring that up to me. I'd be like, it's obvious that you don't really care about the narrative. None of that really matters. It's just about what you want, and you want Blackbeard to be the final villain. That's what I would say. Because look, how many times have we went through these conversations? It's literally like someone said, what are they like? Oh, well, Luffy built up Blackbeard a long time. Okay, but how does that change that Emu is at the crux of the story? There wouldn't even be a One Piece to go for if it wasn't for Emu. Do people not realize that?
Yep. Yeah. I mean, it could be even possible that Emu himself created the One Piece.
Yo, I'm getting into this conversation every time.
Emu himself is the One Piece.
No, I'm not saying he's himself the One Piece. I'm saying, what if he created it?
Emu created the One Piece?
He created the One Piece, he created the Devil Fruit, he created the ancient weapons. He's responsible for all of it.
Elbaf definitely ain't going to be the final battle stage. Yeah, I agree. Just like how when Luffy ran into Blackbeard at Impel Down, was that the final stage?
What is the place before Raftel? Is it Lodestar?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think Roadstar. So it could be a battle at Roadstar.
I think it'll happen at Laftel, but I mean, I could see Lodestar being a battle place too.
Now, to go back to what you said about backtracking, I think it might be easier for Luffy to backtrack if they hitch a ride on Loki, because he's going there and he's probably going to go there anyway.
Oh, would that be like the first time in the story where the Straw Hats had to go like half the planet backwards and then forwards through everything they've been through already? Like it takes like weeks to travel at sea, but now they got to go all the way backwards and then all the way forwards again.
Well, I mean, if they've done almost a complete circle throughout the Earth, they don't have to go far. They could probably fly past Laugh Tale and go straight to Marishwa.
Wait, say that again?
I said that depending on it, they may not even they may not go backwards. They may just go forward. If they've gone a complete circle around the Earth, they could just fly past Laugh Tale and go straight to Marishwa.
Man, I like what Pokemon Red said here. Luffy and Blackbeard will be the final fight because Oda will put it in the SPS.
But if someone's saying that Laugh Tale's at the end, then they have to go back to Laugh Tale.
Well, if
Am I misunderstanding you?
I mean, there's two possibilities. One, they could fly over Laugh Tale and just backtrack from Marishwa, or Laugh Tale is a part of Marishwa, therefore, or they'd have to go there anyway.
You see, like, how many ifs it takes for Blackbeard final boss? Now we got to hypothesize that Laugh Tale is a part of Marijoa. In that case, and you would also, or you could hypothesize, well, what if Luffy just passes passes Laugh Tale and then he goes back?
That's what I said. Like,
and
then he flies back.
So the point is for all the people that are like so invigorated to say Blackbeard's final boss, why don't people ever admit? Yeah, I admit I need like 15 if clauses for that to be true. But Emu being final boss, I mean, how many clauses do you need for that? Luffy is gunning for Pirate King. Blackbeard's gunning for Pirate King. They're both trying to get the One Piece. They're obviously going to clash leading up to gathering the One Piece. So is the argument that they're going to have a full-on fight? Winner takes the One Piece, then they fight again after Emu? Why? Oh, I know why. Because people want that to happen. So then it's like, I gotta learn how to identify, because if someone just wants something to happen, then there's no point in going back and forth and debating. It's just Because there's nothing to really say. It's like, oh well, I want this to happen. It's like, okay, well, you want that to happen. King J with the 40. I'll set sail only if the One Piece is Nico Robin.
I agree. Base take, the most base take I think I've ever heard from Bozo Way. I agree. I was actually about to say something about Robin supremacy too, man. He literally is reading my mind right now. What the
People
fuck?
just love Blackbeard more than Emu? Yeah, but that's not an actual argument. Eli says Emu and Loki have such sick designs. I agree.
Oda is on a tear right now with designs. Killingham, Shamrock, Loki, Emu, Zebek.
King? Or is that too far back?
King, yeah. King too.
The Gore
I was
says
thinking-
100 forms.
Yeah, I was thinking more recently, but yeah, we could go back as far as King. I mean,
Axerom.
Kaido.
Axerom says, what is Blackbeard's narrative purpose then? Blackbeard's narrative purpose is the ultimate pirate fight as to who claims the One Piece. That's what his purpose is. Emu's purpose is maybe the guy that already rules the world. Just a guess though. See,
Well,
like,
to hold on to
these
power.
conversations, I don't know, man. It's so silly.
I don't want to try to get off topic, but quick question. What race did you say NL was again? A Birkin?
Smokey, he's Birkin, right?
What? Who?
NL?
NL. I think he's Birkin. Yeah, he's Birkin. He's not Shandorian.
Yeah, he's Birkin. I remember.
Yeah, he's Birkin.
I'm just asking because I'm looking more and more at Emu's design, and it kind of looks similar to NL's look. Like the ring that he has in the back could be the same thing that was attached to him back there. He's even got the same long staff, same colored hair. So maybe Emu's actually a Birkin.
Well, NL had blonde hair, didn't he? That's why everybody calls him the One Piece Eminem, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't it seem like Emu's hair is gonna be white though? Or maybe that's just that color.
Kinda.
Yeah, that does seem more like it. Was just saying it for like the Hagoromo ring that he has in the background.
Yeah, the Hagoromo and the little thing that email has. Yeah, I can see similarities. By the way, that Hagoromo Emu has is freaking sick, dog.
It is. I was kind of like mentioning it more like dual rings wrapped around like some kind of fire, but this is much better.
By the way, has enough time
going
passed?
off on Luffy Taro?
Is Emu the best designed villain of the big three? I think he might be.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. I don't mind his design. I think it's pretty cool.
Do you think it's top three worthy though?
That's what I'm saying. Do you think it's better than Madara? Do you think it's better than Kaguya?
Probably better than. Yeah, I like his design more than Kaguya. Better than Madara. Which version of Madara though?
That's a good question.
I mean, he's got the Renegon there, so I would imagine during the war.
Because like Madara, he turned like all white.
You know what I've noticed a lot of One Piece conversations all lead to in some way? It always leads to Obito. Maybe Obito is the One Piece.
Yeah, maybe that other eye's concealing a Sharingan.
If Oda makes Blackbeard final villain, Evil will not say OP is the best. No, Blackbeard could be the final villain, and the story is still good. I just don't think that's a good argument. Emu's weekend retreats. Retreats possibly to the abyss. Blackbeard accesses through. See, like if like you're really gonna argue that no, Luffy doesn't take out Emu with a killer blow. No, actually, Emu's gonna retreat. Well, how do you even know that? He's gonna retreat into the abyss. How do you know that? And then Blackbeard is gonna access the abyss. How do you even know that? Through the Yami, which how do you even know he could do that? Like, how do you not know that Emu's not using the pentagrams in the abysses through his fruit or black magic? guessing that you could use the Yami. And then the crew
By
jumps. See, like I'm telling you, it's like 10 ifs, then Blackbeard's final villain.
By the way, I have a thought real quick. What if, like we've been sort of speculating on, if Emu is the progenitor of the devil fruits in general, what if the Yami Yami no Mi has no effect on him because he's the progenitor? What if Blackbeard can't even nullify his power?
Yeah, maybe Luffy or maybe Emu's immune to all fruit powers.
Except for Joy Boy. I would say that would be the exception. And then I guess we got to see what Loki does, and let's see if Loki by himself without Luffy has enough power to damage Emu.
By the way,
which I mean,
chat,
he's part of the mural and he's very
For me,
important, so I wouldn't
think
be surprised. But still, I would like to see it if it actually means he's immune to all other devil fruits.
chat, I want to make it known in case it's not obvious. I don't dislike Blackbeard. Actually, he's one of my favorite characters. So I don't want someone to think like,
Can't hear you.
well,
I'll be right back.
okay. Oh, well, you don't think Blackbeard's the final boss? Why do you hate him so much? It's like, that doesn't even follow. Blackbeard's ultimate goal is king of the world, not the One Piece. You're saying that as if Blackbeard doesn't want to gain the One Piece? He doesn't want to gather the One Piece? Surely you don't believe that, right? Well, how can Blackbeard even become king of the world? He can't even get the One Piece. You see why Blackbeard is a preliminary? That's literally most theories we hear, though. Okay, so two Cloakway.
Guys, the chapter just dropped right now. One OP scans just dropped.
Oh man, we're gonna have to go live in 24 hours. I have to leave here because I have to get up early tomorrow, earlier than usual. Forgive me, guys. We'll go live tomorrow for the chapter. Thank you so much.
Wait, don't you want to try to go live tonight when you're off work? So that way the chapter's still fresh?
It would be, I can't go live until 24 hours from now because by the time I get off from work tomorrow, for me, it's going to be like 3 a.m. for like New Yorkers. I don't think anyone's going to be awake at 3 a.m. So I'm sorry. I got to get up extra early tomorrow. Got to work Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. I'm working the whole weekend. So chat, please forgive me.
Easter weekend? That's cool.
Damn, what a big chapter to have to work on the weekend.
I know, right?
That sucks, brother.
Yeah, trust me, I couldn't
For the
agree
weekend
with
of
you
the
anymore.
resurrection, dude, they can't give you a day off?
Nope. So, forgive me, guys.
I thought
We'll
they
be live.
loved One Piece where you're from.
Not
They should understand.
not enough. So, chat, please forgive me. I'll go live as soon as I can. As I said, by the time I'm available, it's going to be like 3 a.m. for New Yorkers. It's going to be way too early/late for Americans. So I can't go live until much, much later, which is like nighttime for me when I go live. And it's like early morning for you guys. Hopefully you guys understand. Hopefully you guys
By the way, guys,
okay with
I
that.
just dropped the chapter in the spoilers on the Discord. If you want to go read
Yeah.
it.
Thank you. Chat. Thank Young Smokey. I want to see a thank you, Smokey, in the chat for dropping the link to the chapter. Always coming through with that. So quick, too. If you guys want to go read the chapter, join my Discord. Link is in the video description. And I hope you guys have a wonderful morning, day, or night, wherever you guys are. I really would have loved to continue streaming, but I'm being held against my will, chat. So hopefully you understand.
Blink twice if you need help.
I'm going to blink like 1,000 times.
Nod your head if Dawn's got a gun to your head saying go to sleep.
Nah, never. I'm the one trying to get us to go to sleep. I'm the one that's trying to be punctual. No, I'm just kidding. But thank you so much, chat. Love all of you. You all are amazing. Thank you for the debates. Thank you for the theories. Shout out to Dean's Life. Shout out to Jordan, L, Will of Dreams. Everyone, thank you guys. Hopefully no one got too offended. Hopefully this is all in good fun, chat. It's always fun debating. Just letting it go. It's not that deep. Hopefully Luffy Taro is still here. Did that guy get banned? Did he get smacked?
I didn't
Did you hit him
smack
with the
him, but I
hammer?
was going to. I was going to, but I didn't smack him.
I didn't do
See?
nothing.
Look how great of a mod Smokey is, chat. I'm putting a Wokey in the chat.
I did give him
Anyways.
3 warnings, though.
Hey, see, I don't want to ever see someone slander Smokey again. He didn't ban the guy. He gave him warnings. Anyways, chat, take care. Everyone have a wonderful morning, day, or night, wherever you guys are. God bless you all. I pray for all of your guys' health and success. Eric, Altair, Eli, L, everybody. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing. Thank you for the discussions, the theories, the debates, all of this. Thank you for making such a great community, all of us together, just spitballing, trolling, rage baiting, arguing. It's all in good fun. That's what bros do. Thank you guys so much. Have a beautiful
Guys,
night
Emu is
and
here.
morning.
We're near the end.
We're near the end.
Face reveal before GTA 6. Imagine that. And we could scratch it off the bingo card too.
And thank you for all the super chats as well. God bless each and every one of you. Take care. I'll catch you guys soon.
Later.
Later.
All right, GG's.